I'd like to play a game with you. One that takes incredible skill and knowledge and will put you to the ultimate test. Nah, I'm kidding. This is your host coming back at you with some homework. In fact, chapter 19 to be specific. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start this and see what we have in store. In fact, the first two that we have are strictly videos. Awesome. So let's hit next. Next on that. And we're going to go straight to an absorption cost. Remember, this chapter is big on absorption versus variable. So which one uses fixed and which one doesn't? Well, this one, absorption, does uses fixed. And as you notice, connect put everything in a per unit base except for fixed overhead. So we're going to have to jump to the calculator to do this. So with our calculator being said, we're going to take 112,500 and divide by 15,000 to make us have a cost of $7.50. Okay, and we're just going to add the rest. 950 basically times twice and 1950. And simple 950 times 2, and we come out to $46. 0.00. Make sure you always put 2 decimal places or Connect's going to be mad at you. So check my work, and we are good. Yes, yes, yes. So if we're dealing with 2 different costing methods, well, you already know the next one will have variable. Sweet. So the only difference is that we just don't have fixed overhead, and since this is already on a per unit base, we can go ahead and just not even use fixed overhead, our units produced, and just add everything. So 19.60 plus 9.60 basically times by 2 should get us to $38.80. And check my work. Everything's good. We can move on to the next level. Question number 5. So question number 5, again, it's going to bring us the absorption. So we know we're going to deal with fixed overhead, but how we deal with it is the question. So we're more company, and they regularly sell 23,000 units. Basically the same amount that they produce, so nothing big there. Units of its product at a price of $66 per unit. So we're dealing with first cost of goods sold, and we all remember cost of goods sold is our big 3. So direct labor, variable overhead, and fixed overhead. Includes everything because this is the absorption method. So all we gotta do is put in our numbers. So 10.60. As you can see, it's going to put down here because we're doing per unit in cost of goods sold. So really all we need to know is the per unit. So 12.60. Now, remember this is variable overhead. I don't even know why they added this extra blank because there's only 4 choices anyway. But this is variable overhead per unit. We're not dealing with the sales. Okay? So it's $3.60. Okay, fixed in itself is 67,600, but we have 23,000 units, so we need to do some division. So 67,600 divided by that 23,000 units, and you got a little bit of rounding. So again, always round to cents when we're dealing dollar signs. So this 9 means we're going to round up. So $2.94. Okay. And next, it's going to ask us for how many units sold. Oh, it's up here. We sold 23,000. And it's going to calculate. Let's see if we are currently correct. We are so far correct. Woo! So we figured out per unit each one. The only one that we didn't have at first was fixed overhead. So next, it's asking us for our income statement, our partial. Well, that's sales minus cost of goods sold. Again, watch out because they're going to put cost of goods manufactured. Again, for Connect, they're very specific. They want cost of goods sold. Okay? And that's going to equal out to your gross margin. So first off, your sales. We sold 23,000 at 66. Are about 1,518,000. Okay? And look, Connect automatically fills in our cost of goods sold, so all we have to do is basically figure out gross margin. And if you have any calculator that has the answer key, just hit enter, minus 684020. And we come out with 833,980. Ooh, big numbers. 833,980. Okay, let's check. That side's good. That side's good. We're good to go. Rock on. Now, remember, absorption tends to use cost of goods sold a little bit more when we're dealing with questions, just because of the difference. While variable costing, you're going to have contribute margin for Connect. They like this because contribute margin does not use fixed cost. Remember, this is part of our CVP, and figuring out contribute margin is definitely our sales minus our variable expenses. Okay, so what variable expenses do we have? Well, we have variable overhead and basically variable selling. Again, contribute margin takes all variable into account. Okay, well, that leaves a third blank, but there's no more variable. We don't use it. So what happens when we subtract sales from variable expense? Well, first, you got to get your total for variable expenses. And once we subtract the two, that should be our contribute margin. So let's fill in the numbers. First off, sales. We find that they sold 16,500 units at $53. So again, 16,500 times 53 is 874,500. Okay, now we just got to figure out our expenses. So again, we're dealing with all of our units, all with 16,500. We have to multiply this time around. So our manufacturing was $2.30. And I'm already hearing is like, do we? Yeah, we're doing it. So just want to check to make sure. But $2.30, $37,950. Variable selling and administrative was $1.30 per unit. That's $21,450. Okay. And notice that went ahead and added for us. So all we gotta do is take the difference. So 874,500 minus our total variable of 59,400 equals out to 815,100. Sweet. Let's see. Check my work. Up. I put in something wrong. Let's go find out what I put in wrong. It says 37,950. Let's go look. Variable overhead is 2.3. Okay. We're dealing with 2.3. 16,500. Still equals out to 37,950. What is going on there? Are we forgetting something? Are we getting something? Why am I forgetting? Someone knows. What is it? Oh yeah, direct material and direct labor. They're variable too. Oh my! So watch out. So 930, 9.3 plus 11.3, I guess it was, plus that 2.3. So it's really 22.9 is our variable manufacturing. So it's really 377,850. So that means that number has totally changed. And look, now it's correct. So you gotta watch out for that. Even though it's asking for variable, remember, there's other variable costing in manufacturing. Just good old refresh. So subtract the 2, 399,300 equals 475,200. Okay, check my work. Boom, everything's correct. Just again, watch out on question 6 when it's dealing with variable manufacturing expense. Okay. Next, we have Ming Company, and they had a net income of 767,200 based on variable costing, and beginning and ending inventories were 7,300 units and 4,700 units respectively. Assume the fixed overhead per unit was 250 for both the beginning and ending inventories. What is net income under absorption? Okay, so we're using absorption. Everything's under variable. So this is going to use our notes a little bit. I would suggest to go ahead and look at them. But when the number of units sold exceeds the number of units produced, net income under absorption costing should be blank. Well, if we went back to our notes, our units sold exceeds units produced, where absorption should be less than variable. So let's see what it has. Should be lower. There we go. The difference in income is equal to the number of units added to inventory multiplied by the fixed overhead per unit, the number of units added to inventory multiplied by the variable overhead, or the number of units subtracted from inventory multiplied by the fixed overhead. I believe it's going to have to deal with something with fixed overhead. So you're going to be higher or lower. And this is subtracted. Okay? So, now we got to do all this little fun part. Okay? And of course, since we're dealing with fixed overhead per unit, we're going to have to figure out that little spot. So that's a little blank right there. Because again, we're converting. So 767,200. And now it wants to change in the number of units in inventory. So again, what we're doing now is what is right here at the bottom. Okay? So our change in itself is 7,300 minus 4,700. Or which one was the beginning? Find the beginning. That's our ending. So basically 4,700 minus 7,300. So we should have a negative 2,600. So negative 2,600. Fixed overhead per unit was 250. So we have a negative 6,500, and we gotta subtract it from that 767,200 minus, and we come out to 760,700. Check. Everything's good. Cool. We can move on to question number 8. So question number 8 now brings more tech. Okay, they have the same thing. They have variable costing. They're going to convert to absorption, but they have the opposite. So the number of units sold. Oh, when the number of units sold exceeds the number of units produced, net income. Well, so again, we sold more. Then we actually exceed. Check our notes. Again, apparently they did not want to do the opposite with me. So if they do the opposite, where produced is greater than sold, then we do the other way. But here, still going to be lower, and it should still be the units subtracted. Again, check. Everything's good on those two. Easy peasy lemon squeezy on those. And again, this little blank has to be fixed overhead. So now we have 249 to 3. Number of units, 47,000 units. Beginning subtracted from ending will be negative 2,000 and 65 cents. Okay, and then 1,300. Let's see if I can do this in my head. Be probably 247,700. I just want to see if I can do it in my head in a video, and I did. Awesome. Again, you can use calculators. Again, if the beginning is outweighing the ending, you're going to have a negative. If it's the other way, if this is less than the beginning, then that should be positive, and it's going to add on too. Alright. So question number 9. Okay. Trio company reports the following information. And we got, again, stuff that we usually have. We know the units produced, we know the units sold, and then we know what's in finished goods. So again, these two should equal up to the units produced. So first off, it wants to know cost per unit of finished goods using absorption method. Well, we know that includes everything. Variable and fixed. Okay. Again, I don't know why they have this fifth blank when there's only 4 things, but they do. So again, this is per unit basis. So materials, 10. Labor, 19. And then notice that they don't do it for either variable or fixed. But we're looking at units of finished goods. Well, the only thing left in finished goods is basically the 6,000 units. So, with that being said, cost per unit of finished goods, all we take is 6,000 into each of these costs. Divided by 6,000. So variable should be 750, and then fixed should be, let's see, 15. Okay, again, check my work, and somehow they are not correct. Why? Oh, because you used the ending finished goods and not the total. That is correct. So, every now and then, you know I like to do the mistakes just to show that things happen. Okay? We actually do go by production no matter what. Even though it gives us these two, it's always by production. So, 45,000 divided by, go 22,500. Now they're $2. Okay? And then of course, 90,000 divided by 22,500 is 4. Check. And everything's good now. Okay? So just watch out. Even though it says ending finished goods and we're dealing with finished goods, that does not mean we divide by those units. Now, we do put the 6,000 in. Okay? And then number of units sold was, 16,500. So you notice this problem, really the only thing is figuring out this part right here. The rest you just plug in. Again, check, boom. So last question. Number 10. Again, now we're using variable costing. And it's changed up the numbers, so we got to do our dividing again. But again, with this, we don't use fixed. Again, variable doesn't have fixed. So it saves us a little time here. So we have 850. That was, oh, they changed up on me. I put labor first. 950 for labor, 850 for materials. So always watch out for that. Variable overhead is going to be using 35,100 and divided into 157,950. $35,100. Okay, so $4.50. Check. Always check that first part. Just to make sure everything's good. And again, all we do is plug in the numbers. So, number of units and finished goods is 8,600. And number of units sold is 26,500. Check. Boom. Everything's good. And everything's done. So, that's it for Chapter 19's homework. Quick little simple few little questions, and that's it. Everything's done. So again, if you have any questions regarding the homework, you can put in the comments below this video. You can send me an email. It all works out, and I'll make sure I answer them as quickly as possible. But this adventure and this game is now over. So, this is your host and gamekeeper, Professor Naragon, signing off.